Moving ahead, our next speaker for the day goes by the quote, "Take every chance you get in life because some things only happen once." Mr. Indrajeet More is the writer and director of Bhadipa. He's a student of Ramnaran Ruya College and is currently pursuing philosophy. He's been a content writer for the past 2 years. Content creator. His content ranges widely from cultures, food to art in non-fictional genre. He's a backpack traveler and has his own YouTube channel. Let's hear from him. Over to you, Mr. Indrajit.
Hey there, hi. Okay, well, I don't know. I didn't see this coming, first of all. Super nervous. And like I've been listening to all the talks and all the panel discussions, and I'm like super pressurized right now. I'll do my best to not appear conscious. And the other fact is, so the second panelist, Mrs. Himani Chaukar, I don't know if she's right now in the room or she's left. She is my HOD, and I've been bunking a lot of her lectures. And sharing a platform with her is like a, I don't know, I mean, I don't know what, it's going to be like a bit of pressure also. So firstly, am I audible though?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. I just hope that the internet doesn't act funny. I am terrible at formalities. I am terrible at diplomacies. So I think let's have this like a, hey, hi, Kimaya. Let's have this like an interactive session where it's not just like one person speaking. And I honestly I don't have a lot to speak, a lot to share, but I'll try my best to appear serious and all. Um, well, it was in 2018. There's this place called Gokarna. It's in Karnataka. It's a small village, little hamlet. Like if most of you have read Swami and Friends, or maybe you would have watched Malgudi Days. त्याच्यात जैसा गाव है तो वैसा गाव है वो basically. And like it's on the coastal Karnataka side, so it obviously has a lot of beaches. One of the beach is called as Paradise Beach, and for obvious reason it is really beautiful, and it's cut from the mainland through a line of mountains and dark deciduous forest. So if you want to go to that beach, you have to like walk for around an hour with amazing navigation skills. And once you reach there, there isn't any range. There's no range. There is absolute secludence. There's just nobody around there. And it's like when you like think it of like a beach, it's just like a 100-meter stretch of salty, like a beach. There is a grove of banana plantations, and it is covered by mountains from three sides. There's just one Kannada guy sitting with a table, and उसपे ना वो बंदा ये बेचता है, papaya, नारियल पानी, ऐसा, like there's just one guy. Yeah. So in 2018, it was my first solo trip to Gokarna, and I was like, "Yare, bro, I have to go there," and you know all of that. Think, "Yaar, get out of your comfort zone, man, and you know just go out there, seek the unfamiliar and all these." तो वो सब ऐसा वो motivation वाले zone में था. And yeah, I somehow made it till Paradise Beach in this like super scorching heat. And turned out that there are people staying there. So basically it's just like a secluded beach with some 4 or 5 tents with people staying, and none of them Indian. It's just me and that Kannada guy selling watermelon and stuff. We both Indian, still not able to talk because he doesn't get Hindi, I doesn't get Kannada. So we were like quiet, and then there were like a group of Germans. Most of them were Germans, and they were like half naked. They weren't wearing shoes, and they were all chilled out. Like one of them were like lounging on a hammock, and so we just sat. We were just having a chat. You know, where are you from? How long are you been staying? Like these guys are staying for like what? 7 weeks. I mean, like 7 weeks is in like almost 2 महीने तक वो बंदे वहीं रह रहे थे in the tents. And I was asking them कि यार पानी कहाँ से लाते हो यार, like basic जो अपनी चीजें ना कि यार खाते क्या हो करते क्या हो, because the idea of camping in a secluded beach where there is zero connectivity for more than a month is so astounding that ऐसा होता ही है कि अरे भाई कैसे कर पाते हो. And then they were all super chilled out कि अरे नहीं हो जाता है, and like there's this hot water spring right here and then we get all the fresh water from there, and you know there's just fruits here, and this guy is like a lovely guy, like to the Kannada guy, like he just gets all the things we want वगैरह वगैरह. We had a chat and it was time for me to leave, and then there was like me and two other people from the community, from the people who were camping, they were leaving, so I left with them. And they were like yeah there's like one bus that comes around like 11:30, I think we'll catch it. And the frequency is like, so we had to actually trek from point A with Paradise Beach to Belican, which is like a village. After you trek a lot from the mountains and thorny shrubs, you reach that village, and you have to wait there, and you have to wait for almost like 45 minutes, and then a bus shows up. So yeah, we're like yeah, absolutely, this is adventure, and I'm all in for it. So there was just me, and there was like a German couple, and we three of them, we left, like they just hugged each other, they went like yeah I will miss you and all, and they left. And meanwhile, while three of us were walking, they were ahead, and they were having like big huge rucksacks, and they weren't wearing shoes. So basically the route was like very disconnected route and like very harsh, and they weren't wearing shoes. So I was like अच्छा है यार, फिरंगी है यार, like कसले का मस्त फिरता है बाबा असं वगैरह. और वैसा पूरा like prepped up होके आया था. And they stood at a point looking something, and they looked at it, and I was like waiting behind them, and like यार ये रुक क्यों गए. And what they did was there was like a forest fire in between of the way, and it was kind of a substantial forest fire caused by something. And I was like यार क्या ऐसा, like तुम shoes बिना पहन के तो जा सकते हो, इतने से आग से डर गए. And I was like no, we can do it, we can go. And I was like, and I crossed the road through the fire, and I was like yeah dude, it's not that hot, you can just like come out. And what they did was they just kept the bag there, and they ran at like from where they came. And I was like what's wrong with these guys, like we have to catch a bus, you leave your bag and then you go back, like you don't even take your bag, what is it, like what are you guys up with. And I waited for them because I don't know where like आगे कहाँ पे जाना है. So I waited for these guys, and like after 10 minutes, all of the people in the commune showed up with every single container with water. They all just came together. जितना भी पानी था हाथ में भर के लेके आए सब लोग, और वो सब लोगों ने वो मिलके वो पूरा आग फॉरेस्ट फायर को बुझा दिया. एंड लाइक नोबडी वाज इंडियन फ्रॉम देम. लाइक सब लोगों ने जो भी था, कोई ऐसा बाटली से लाया है, कोई कप में लाया है, कोई तो पूरा ऐसा लाइक bucket में लेके आया है. And like they all just came in, rushed, and then like yay, we did it and everything. And that is the point where like dude, I mean we wouldn't have done that. I mean like the basic output is ki I just went, like if there was me or any other person who is very accustomed with the Indian notion of traveling, would have just gone ahead and like like fuck it, and like, but they actually just cared for it that they left their bus there. Like the first thing I had ki, like, I have to catch my bus. But the sheer sense, like when I asked her ki, what's up with you, so she said ki, like I said like we can go, and one of the girls said ki, yeah we can go, but the paradise is burning. And that was where we have that sense of ki, the sense of home that we call a place, not like the place that we are at right now, but the place where we connect our identity with and where we connect our belongingness with. So that was a point where I completely got aware of the idea of your home has nothing to do with four walls and your family living together, or your comfort zone has nothing to do with a typical mindset of people who conforms with your ideas. That was the point where I got to know ki what and how things we are fed, and what is the level of surrenderance that we show towards the people we are connected with or the places we belong to. These guys are foreigners, they weren't even Indians. So if you could have just changed the situation, like if I was in a foreign country, would I do that? I asked that question to me, like, would I do that? Or like maybe like, would you guys do it? Like if you were in some country and then you see something like that, would you actually even bother to like it and try to process it and like even care to like work on it? I wouldn't have done because I lack a lot of sensitivity in that matter. And that was the time when I really thought ki nahi yaar, ye to this is what traveling gives you. Like it gives you great photos, of course. It makes you meet a lot of amazing people, of course. But at the end of it, if you boil it down, it makes you a great perceiver, a great observer, and turns you into a fantastic storyteller, provided by which um, how you listen and how you perceive things. So, hi, I am Indrajeet, and uh, I mostly do the work of writing, uh, creating videos, giving visual content, uh, making illustrations, doing cartoons, making comics, or just traveling. So, like, this is like various disciplines of art or media, but the basic, if we boil it down, the basic purpose is to tell stories. So, if you have a fantastic relationship, not even a fantastic, like a real relationship with yourself, and how you look at yourself without any judgments, or I mean, like, I don't do that great either. I have a lot of self doubt and self judgments, but having the awareness ki you know how good you are and you know what kind of an asshole you are. So at that is the point when you actually acknowledge and look at yourself what kind of person you are. That is the point when it doesn't really matter that you're good at drawing or you write very well. It just matters that how earnest your story is and from what place it is coming. uh, so I don't know, I mean, I haven't gotten anywhere, honestly. I'm still very skeptical that why I am invited at this talk, because I lack a lot of experience, honestly. मतलब क्या third year में ही तो है. So but like when it comes to all of it, the self expression, like the self expression, and what you feel without any filter of uh, what society or what you have been fed. Like if you just grab any guy who is just living in a city for like all his life, he would have like a very specific perspective towards things. Like to if you get some city dweller and ask him to, यार तू जाके पानी भर के लेके आ, उधर वो क्या यार क्या है, मेरे पास काम में नहीं है क्या दूसरा, मेरे को ट्रेन पकड़ने का है, तू नल खोल के पानी पी ले. But there are places where you can actually go, and there are places where people uh, uh, they have so much of scarcity of resources but abundance of how to use it and where to use it. So there's this permutation combination of things where scarcity is more, but like the scarcity and abundance of something's intrinsic and some resources, it always fluctuates. Like if you go in a Himachali village, they might not have great connectivity, or they might not have trains time to time, but they would be have abundance of humility to look at you कि अरे यार बंदा शहर से आया है तो यार उसको छोड़ दो, तो गांव का कोई तो बंदा तेरे को छोड़ के देगा बस स्टैंड तक. So you have that uh, awareness. The day you have it, I think that is the point where it converts you into great storyteller. I have no, like at this point also I have no idea what is going to be the motive of the speech, and I don't even intend to set any motive, because the time I set a motive, I would limit myself to get something from you guys also. I really don't want it to be like a speech, so I think let's just um, we can just like have a conversation. I think that would be more lovely, so that I might also get something from this, since I'm not getting paid. So at least this is my payment.
So you are like your content, Bharipa content has been like a daily, a regular watch for us. So yes, we are excited to have you with us. And being an alumni of Ruya College, I can say that I'm proud that almost
Wow.
40% of today's panel was from Ruya College. So I
What
cannot
are you
be more
saying? That's
prouder
amazing.
for that matter.
What department were you in, Rina?
I did my graduation from BMM, in BMM from Ruya College, and that was long back. So yeah,
Isha, ma'am.
yes.
So, Indrajit, how was your experience in like as a backpacker? Where all have you been to up till now?
So I don't know if I'm there to call myself a backpacker yet, but yeah, kind of, you can. Uh, in 2019 was the year when I got to travel the most because so I work with Bhadipa as a creative director, and we have a sister channel called Bhatupa, Bharatiya Touring Party, and that is the place where like a very good space of creators to coming together and creating, uh, experimenting with storytelling. And that was the time when we decided to shoot a series called Budget Backpacking with Indrajit. So before that, जो मैंने गोकर्णा का story बताया ना, that was one of my initial travels, not with Bhatupa, solo travels, that came out of the funds that I got after my 12th standard में जो internships किया था ना, उसका जो stipend मिलता है, तो उसमें से वो जितना भी stipend मिलता था उससे traveling हुआ करता था. तो उसमें से जो भी stories निकलते थे, जो भी writing हुआ करता था, on the basis of that I got to host a travel show called Budget Backpacking with Indrajit. And that the basic format of the, like, you can look it up on the YouTube, but the basic format of the show is like you go at a place and you spend 3 days in a budget of 3,000 rupees and you try to make the most of that place living like a local. And I would say every 20 days I was traveling, and I got to travel a good part of India, covering Nagaland. Like, if you could ask me, like, which one is my favorite ones, that I would say the most remote ones, like, I would vouch for Nagaland, or I would tell her it's Shillong, or maybe like very, very cliche places like Varanasi, because like I would have these two extremes, because like there are places where there's no people around, so there's like a different dynamic of uh, things people share with you, and then there is place where there's just people, log hi log hai, nazar jahan pe jati hai wahan pe log hai, and like not just people but crazy amount of people, and with different ideologies, uh, like Varanasi. I would say Varanasi is crazy, it's mad, I would say. So like both of these extremes I would really like to have in my travel diary.